What's going on? So today I'm taking care of this deck. As you can see, a lot of green. There were some boards already replaced about 2 years ago. We're going to be replacing some more boards because it's got a lot worse since then. So the one thing we're going to do today is clean this all up, get all this green off. Actually got some white mold. I already cleared off the deck and got most everything off. Any loose debris or anything like that. But I'll show you how I'm going to be cleaning all this off without... People love flying up my road without any pressure wash or anything like that. I actually pressure washed just a while ago, and you can see that's all I really got out of it. I did the spray and forget on this. It worked pretty good, but the growth comes right back within the next year. So I'm going to show you what I got going on and how I'm going to apply the chemicals. Alright, so I'm using these two sprayers. In the big one, it's 3 gallons of sodium hypochlorite solution. It's about 1.5%. It's under 2%. I started with 12.5% and diluted it down. On this one I got a gallon. Should be enough. And that's oxalic acid solution to neutralize the bleach after we clean it up. Alright, so we're just going to apply this, rinse it. It's a nice damp day, so I don't have to worry about it drying or anything like that. And then while it's still wet, we'll use this sprayer to neutralize it. So all you do is, I got the backpack sprayer on, and we're just going to apply the bleach all over. Soap just started coming out. So it's a mixture of bleach and eliminator. And that is actually designed to work with bleach. So look at that. So I might actually watch. Yeah, that's all you do. I want to make this video as fast as possible, so not enough talk, not a bunch of talking. All right. But this should kill all the growth, any green that's on here. I gotta do all the railings and stuff like that. Try to get every little nook and cranny, and then we'll simply neutralize it with the oxalic acid, which is a brightener, so that should actually make it brighter. What this actually is right here is when I did my house. That's what happens when you get overspray on the deck, and then I let it dry. So this should even it all out. As you can see right here, it's already starting to work. Right here, it's starting to brighten it up a little bit. Get rid of the black. These boards are going to brighten up real nice because they're only a couple years old. Alright. You can see that part's already brightening up a little bit. I'll be doing a house wash after, so I'm not really worried about any overspray or anything right now. Every time I start the camera, the thing runs out of pressure. But this I sprayed with spray and forget last year. and it did not take any of this like really bad stuff off. It's good for the green, but for the real dark stuff, it's not really that great. I'll get the other side. So like I said, it's definitely brightening up the newer wood better. And then you got this. Certain spots it's doing good. Most of this is turning brown. I'm gonna make another batch real quick. Then I'm gonna hit it. Some spots, well actually most of it, looks stronger. Like this one, you see how it came out really good. I'm gonna hit some of these green spots with a little stronger mix. It's funny, because I've been sitting here rinsing, talking to myself for the past couple minutes. I wasn't recording. Anyway, so I'm just rinsing all this solution off. I used a very little called Eliminator. It's a lemon scent to kind of mask the bleach, and it's made to work with bleach. And as you see, I used very little. And I didn't even, the second time I went over it again with a little stronger solution, I didn't even add any more. And it definitely sudsy. Very, very good stuff. So I'm just getting everything rinsed away. Most of these boards are being replaced, so I'm not really worried too crazy. I'm more worried about the railing, the banisters. So I'm gonna be doing a solid stain. So it's like I'm not gonna just try to cover everything up, but I just want to get all this green off. So I mean, the real test is for these boards, not really these boards, because they're going to be replaced. Those are newer boards, so I just got to make sure that that green gets off. But it definitely looks a little better, and when I hit it with the brightener, it should look even better than that. So I'm curious. I just want to point out also, this is my deck, so if I screw it up, that's okay. This I'm just practicing actually, because I never did an actual deck before. So I'm just practicing on my own, which I have a very severe case. And now I know that I need to go with a very strong solution. Before I start out with 1, I probably went up to like 2%. Probably needs like a 3 or 4, probably like a roof mix, pretty much. Let me see, like this stuff turned brown, so it's dead, dying. And a lot of the other stuff is coming off with the hose. So I'm just gonna continue rinsing. I'm gonna probably hit a couple more spots, and then I'm gonna hit it with the brightener. All right. So I went over it again. I have not rinsed it yet. But what I did go ahead, I applied the brightener, which is oxalic acid, to this side. Like I said, I did not rinse it yet, so there's a lot of, I went ahead and brushed it when I put the second, actually third shot on there. So a lot of the other stuff is just residue. But everything's dead. I put the brightener on here, and you can see the difference when you put the brightener to here. It's pretty much like a line. So I'm gonna go ahead and same thing down here, and then it gets darker. Don't wear flip-flops. I almost flung myself off the deck because this stuff is super slippery when you're washing this moss. So when the mildew comes off, it's super slippery. So definitely be careful with that. Wear better shoes. wear gloves, eye protection, and whatnot. It's coming out pretty good. I'm gonna rinse it. I'm gonna finish applying the brightener with this. You pretty much see it, like it happens pretty instantaneous, but what it does is it neutralizes the bleach and it brightens the wood. Now I rinsed my front porch after it's relatively new, but I rinsed it and then did the brightener, and I didn't really see any much of a difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and say you leave the bleach on, don't rinse, and then apply your brightener, and then rinse. It says to only let it dwell for a couple minutes. As you see, it works pretty quick. I have to adjust this tip. And then I'll show you the whole thing when I'm done. Alright, so all in all, I think it came out pretty good. Like I said, I got boards to replace. The lichen and stuff is definitely coming off nice, just with hose pressure. If I had a pressure washer, it probably would come out a lot more even than it is. You get a lot more of the gunk that's out. Like right here, you know, that would have all definitely came off. So I got a little more rinsing to do. I think I might hit this with like a brush or something, brush that off. So I got a little more work to do, but all in all, that's the process. This is a very neglected deck. So if you do this every couple years or two or whatever, definitely would have been a much better. You can see the difference between the newer boards to the old boards. But even though, you know, this was really bad and it came out nice and brighter, I should say. But anything living is dead for the most part. Those pop-up sprayers are not ideal for applying SH, but all in all, it definitely came out a lot better. It's better than it was, and I'm just going to be using a solid stain, so I really don't care about what the wood grain and everything looks behind it. But alright, that's it. Like, subscribe. I'm going to have a bunch more videos coming out pretty soon. And I got a little surprise of coming up in the next video or two that I got a system in the mail that would have made this a lot more easier, but that's to come. See you later.